Well, happy Mother's Day, everybody. I wanted to say that for you moms who may be listening to the podcast or watching this devotion, that I will not be able to have an opportunity to say that to on Sunday here at First Baptist. So I hope you have a great Mother's Day. I also want to encourage all of you, if you did not get to hear Steve Parr, who spoke this last Sunday at First Baptist, the co-author of Why They Stay, I urge you to go to our website, our YouTube channel, and watch his message from this past Sunday, because he is the co-author of this major research project on things that parents need to do or can do and that churches can do that increase the likelihood of kids staying connected to Jesus, connected to the faith, connected to the church once they become teenagers and young adults and are on their own. So please check that message out. All right, today we finished the book of Luke yesterday. Now we're jumping back into Psalms, and so we're going to spend the next 3 or 4 weeks in the book of Psalms, 3 weeks I think, and then we'll go to Deuteronomy. So we're picking up from where we left off last time. We're in Psalm 21, Psalm 21. This is a psalm praising God and celebrating the military victories that Israel experienced under David's leadership as their king. And in the psalm, there's a recognition that all of David as their leader, all of his success is because of God, because of God's power, God's presence, God's blessings in his life. For example, in Psalm 21, if you look with me at verse 5, he says, "His glory is great through your salvation." David's glory. Because when you're the leader, you're the king, you're the general, when you're the leader and your army wins, you get honor, you get glory. So David's glory is great because it's through your, and in my Bible, your, Y-O-U-R, is the Y is capitalized because it's referring to God, through your salvation or through your victory. Okay? God, you are the one who gave victory, deliverance, salvation to the Jewish people, to the Jewish army that David was the leader of. And so all the glory that he's gaining as their leader is because of God. The second part of verse 5, splendor and majesty you place upon him. God, you are the one who's given splendor and majesty on David because of his success. His success comes from you. Then in verse 6, for you, God, you make him, King David, most blessed. The end of verse 6, you, God, make him, King David, joyful with gladness in your presence. So those two verses are examples of what they're doing in this psalm, that we're celebrating our military victory under King David's leadership. We're praising God for it. And this psalm is saying, God, you are the one who's given David all of this. So all the honor, all the prestige, all the glory, all the praise he gets as the leader of this successful military endeavor. Well, God, you're the one that made it possible. You're the one that gave it to him. So it's all from you. And then starting at verse 8, and for the next few verses, it describes how God gave them victory, all that God did. Your hand will find out all your enemies. God, your right hand will find out those who hate you. You will make them as a fiery oven in the time of your anger. The Lord will swallow them up in his wrath, and fire will devour them. In other words, God, you're the one who defeated those armies. And then without God's strength, God's presence, God's power, God's blessings, Israel would not win these wars, these battles. David would not. He would not have any of the success, any of the glory. It's all from God. It is so easy for us sometimes to take credit for what God does instead of giving God the credit, the glory. When you are blessed of God, when you are successful because God is working in your life, there is honor that comes to us, comes to you. But we need to be careful in those moments that we make certain we remember where it's really coming from, and that we give Him all the glory, and not do it, in a disingenuous way because we're basking in the limelight ourselves, but really understand that it's all because of Him. And there are two things in this psalm that David and the people do that help keep them grounded and can help keep us grounded when we're successful, when God blesses us. One is verse 7, the king trust in the Lord. It's just continue trusting Jesus. Just keep on trusting Jesus. And the other is at the very last verse, the end of verse 13, we will sing and praise your power. Just give the praise to God. Thank the Lord. Give Him that. Say, He did it. He did it. Sing to Jesus. Praise Jesus for all of it. Give credit where credit is due. In my own personal life, there are times I've done that well, and then there are times I haven't done that well. And I would say that's true for most of us. But in whatever years each of us have remaining on this round piece of dirt called earth, when God blesses, let's redouble our effort to give Him credit and to give Him glory. And by the way, since Sunday is Mother's Day, and we're going to be honoring our moms, and rightfully so, they deserve it. If you had a mom who was a loving follower of Christ, you need to give God glory for that, because He's the one who made her what she is, what she was. I'll see you Sunday here at First Baptist, 8:30, 9:45, and 11 o'clock. Carnations for every mom. God bless you. I'll see you Sunday.